Hey besties and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about the worst album cover designs in K-pop. Please note that I respect the art directors and people in charge of the creative design of groups, because not only does it seem very difficult, but it takes a lot of effort and I appreciate that. But, let's be honest, there are definitely some doo-doo tacky ass album covers. Also, I unfortunately will not be redesigning them, or at least not yet, because my editing skills aren't good like that, so this is just a critique. Now, let's get started with the video. Most of Twice's album covers aren't good anyways, if we're being real here. Unpopular opinion, but I actually really like the album cover for Fancy, but the rest of their album designs, besides their most recent one, they just aren't that great nor creative. However, I chose this album specifically because I feel like it was wasted potential. The album is literally called Twicegram and the title track is likely, it was right in front of their faces. Although the Polaroid group picture with some doodles in the back are kind of cute, they could have done better and made the cover look like an Instagram post with the whole like and comment things on it. Even though I don't like the fact they're doing group photos for their covers, they could still have one but make it more unique. Everything just felt too simple and I think they could have really made the album cohesive with a concept and theme. Ever since So What era, their album covers have been very lazy and I don't understand why. But this one takes the cake on being their worst. The editing, the colors, the lack of creativity is just so jarring. Like, why are you sabotaging my girls like this? This album cover would make more sense for Why Not era, but out of all their albums, this just doesn't fit. When I listen to an album, I like to feel the experience, the full thing, so I think the album, title track, concept and everything else should go hand in hand to bring it to the fullest. As for this album design, I don't think of Pain the Town when looking at it. There's so much that could have been done better. Even just simply having one of the set designs of the music video with a cool font would have been fine. In general, it's the oversaturation and not matching to the concept that throws everything off. Please, just give my girls better album designs. How does this happen? Such a beautiful concept and aesthetics, but instead of bringing that to the album cover, they really said, no, let's use a plain ass blue background with some Canva font. Like I said before, everything was right there, yet they missed it. Almost anything could have been better. Whatever this is, it's just so plain and nothing interesting going on. Like, how the hell do you have one of the best concept photos this year, yet the worst album cover? It doesn't add up. This one isn't that bad, honestly. Nothing could be worse than Simon Says, which I might discuss in a part 2. But anyways, this one isn't my favorite at all. Lol. The album is amazing, but the cover doesn't give it justice. Although Sticker and Favorite are two completely different title tracks, the Sticker album cover is so much better in my opinion. It's not terrible, but very awkward. Like, girl, why are they standing like that? You got a whole ass vampire concept, yet you get the members to stand on a block and say cheese. It's just so boring for a group like NCT. The color palette is fine, but I would like to see some more vampire incorporated things. Actually, scratch that. I don't like the color palette. They should have used a dark red and black combo. It would at least be more fitting, but yeah, this is just a no for me. This is just a hot ass mess. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, I kinda get what they were trying to do with the whole princess-like concept, but very poorly executed. Although The Boyz is a very hard-hitting and powerful song, I do think it would have been better if they made a contrast between the song and album. For example, since the title track is bold and impactful, it would have been cool to have a very simple yet eye-catching album design. This one is already eye-catching, but more in an eyesore type of way. The colors are pretty, but there's too much everywhere. Besides the members, there's no real focus point, and the text is way too small with all the details within the design. I do understand what they were going for, however, it's just too much yet too little at the same time. Again, not a terrible album design, but just very messy and just not that great. Honestly, JYP as a whole isn't great at album design covers, like at all. But what else is new? Even the physical design isn't that good either. This may just be a personal preference of mine, but I do not like the fact that they put a pale purple and bright red together. Maybe darker shades for both colors would have been fine, but two completely different tones with colors that don't even go well together. Where are the color theory classes when you need them? Also, the text is kinda misleading because why is Loco the biggest text on there? Yes, I understand that Loco is the title track obviously, but wouldn't you want to make the name of the album the biggest text on there? It's just a little confusing. Another thing, I'm not much of a fan of the photos they picked for the girls. Yeah, they look good as always and I don't mind the monogram contrast, but there were much better photos that could have showed their concept more. Not gonna lie, I just prefer their older album designs that were just simple instead of this. To be honest, this was made in 2009, so I will be excusing it just because that year was actually insane, but the album cover still is kinda bad. First off, poor choice of group photo. Quite literally looks like it was taken in the dungeons of SM. I get the whole flash camera thing was camp and still is, but like it just doesn't work here. And the terrible font choice. Why? Just why? I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't like those type of fonts at all. It's not horrible, but they've definitely had better ones than this, aka, the odd album. I'm gonna also give them a bit of a pass because they were still pretty nuku at the time, but come on now. This album doesn't scream fun to me, it's just so damn plain and boring. Where's the flavor because I don't see it? I think something with very bright colors like yellow, pink, red, orange, and such with the girls actually in cute poses instead looking like they're taking a family portrait in Walmart. Something that is eye-catching and represents the album and title track well. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy, just something that makes sense and not so boring and lazy looking. Their first two mini album designs were good, but it just got worse as it went on. But this is my least favorite. I don't understand the random ass shapes. It just looks so messy and out of place. And why would they pick a gray and red combination? Just doesn't look good. I think it would have looked better if they did cooler colors like blue and silver. It's not awful, but could have been way better. Most of older K-pop album designs were kinda bad anyways, but this one is just sad. Honestly, that entire era was a mess. I don't even remember the music video or anything. I'm so glad the Wonder Girls got better album covers as they went on because there's so much wrong with this. First off, what the hell is going on in the back? Actual madness going on. The whole colored shadow of themselves just wasn't the serve the editors thought it was. Plus, there's no color theme or anything, just a bunch of random ass colors. Looks like a kindergarten classroom board. And to top everything off, you got them wearing whatever that is. I love my girls and everything, but this just wasn't cute. And yes, even for 2010, it wasn't cute. Overall, just another case of terrible JYP album designs. Hate to get on my girlies like this for the second time, but it must be said, this is actually terrible. Like I really wanna know what the person in charge of album design was thinking, because there's so much happening yet nothing to do with the song or album. Everything is everywhere. There's so many fucking graphics and elements that just don't belong there. And above everything else, it has nothing to do with the concept also. It's giving more of Mad Hatter than Twinkle. Even if they had the most boring ass album cover, it would be better than this. I didn't even know if I wanted to add this because it just feels so fake lol. Like this quite literally looks like a fan-made cover. It's just so random and the funniest thing is that the pictures of different members are all from different eras. Like why they got Spring Day Jimin with Forever Young Jin. They literally added that little digital quote bubbles. I still kinda refuse to believe that this is an official album cover that got approved by several people. It's insanity actually. And that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you'd want and have a good day. Bye besties.